All right, good evening. And I am back, and we are going to get into this toolkit tonight. And hopefully, you have taken a look at your toolkit. We talked about it last night, and we're going to dig into lesson number one. And I'm really excited about it. I'm going to show you what happens. I registered just to go through. Because I don't register for my own program, but I did it so we could show you what it's going to look like. So you're going to get an email that once you register, you'll immediately get an email, and it will have access to your toolkit, and you'll click on that. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that looks like. Okay. All right. So here is, I have a huge screen that I use. This is my second screen, but let me put my face up here so you can see me while I'm talking to you. All righty. All right. So here you can see we're going to select this playbook. Let me scroll down a little bit for you. There you go. So we're going to, that probably, if you've never been in my system before, that'll be the only playbook. And I'm going to take this scroll down. Well, I can't move that because you won't be able to see the link. But anyway, I'm going to click on the playbook. And here we go. It takes you right to the challenge toolkit. And this is lesson one. And we're going to go ahead and hopefully this audio should be working. I tested it out. So hopefully you'll hear the audio in lesson one. Let me put my monitors up here so I can see. All right. And here we go. So this is lesson one, identifying the roadblocks. And it is humongous in this screen. Let me make this a little bit smaller for you here. Much better. All right. So there you go. So that's lesson one. And we're going to try the audio. Here we go. It's over. I want you to take a look at lesson one. My name is Sabrina Mills. I am the principal transformation coach and educator at Your Authentic Self. I personally would like to welcome you to the Release Challenge Toolkit. Unlock your mind, unleash your health. After my lifelong struggle with losing weight, I became a transformation coach after I discovered how to change my mindset, then habits, then finally my lifestyle. I have lost more than 120 pounds in my 4.5 year journey. Let's go ahead and get started with lesson one. Lesson one, identifying the roadblocks. Just as physical roadblocks can prevent us from moving forward on our journey, mental roadblocks can keep us stuck in unhelpful habits and mindsets. Our first step in this transformative journey is recognizing what these roadblocks are. Let's think about what these mental roadblocks might be. They could be beliefs you hold about yourself, like, I'll never be able to stick to a healthy diet, or I just don't have the willpower. Or perhaps they're fears that are holding you back, such as the fear of failure or even fear of success. Other roadblocks might come in the form of conflicting feelings or cognitive dissonance. For instance, you might intellectually understand the benefits of healthy eating, but still find comfort in unhealthy food choices. Identifying these inconsistencies is crucial in understanding what's really holding us back. So, how do we identify these roadblocks? By asking ourselves probing questions and being radically honest in our answers. It might be uncomfortable, but remember, growth begins at the end of our comfort zone. As we conclude this first lesson, let's commit to examining these roadblocks. Identifying them is the first step in removing them from our path. We're on this journey together, and together we'll pave the way to a healthier mindset and a healthier life. Now let's do a mindset journal entry. You'll find the journal inside of your workbook. Here's today's prompt. Reflect on the mental roadblocks we discussed today. Write down any beliefs, fears, or conflicts you think might be holding you back from living a healthier lifestyle. Answer the lesson one key questions in your workbook. Number one, what beliefs do you hold about yourself and your ability to make healthy changes? Are there any fears that might be preventing you from making changes? Can you identify any conflicts between what you know is healthy and what you do? What steps can you take to begin addressing these roadblocks? And finally, how would your life look if these roadblocks were removed? And that is the end of lesson one. I'll see you for lesson two. All right, so there you have it. So that is the first. I just wanted you to experience the first lesson. It's short, to the point, and it allows you time. You can pause it for the journal entry and also doing the work in your workbook. And it's not long. It shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes to do everything. So I'm gonna encourage you here. I don't have any people who are sharing their roadblocks. So I'm gonna talk about some roadblocks that you may have to deal with. So let's go ahead. All right. So potential roadblocks. I would say one of the roadblocks that I had to deal with, and this is an obvious, easy one that you can possibly take care of this week, is what's in your house. That could be a roadblock. If you have food that you know is not healthy for you and you're tempted to eat it when it's there, the simple thing to do instead of you getting rid of it by eating it is to get rid of it, period. Give it away, give it to your neighbor, give it to people in your family, just get it away. And that will eliminate that roadblock. And then you'll say, well, I have people that they need that, and that I don't want to restrict everyone else. So what you would do is you need to define a safe area for yourself where your food will be stored. And I would say, like, I have my own mini refrigerator, but if you can't, that maybe that's not in your budget right now. So then let's look at possibly a shelf in the refrigerator that is where your safe food is, the food that you should be eating that's healthy, that's not going to cause you a block in the road. And then the same thing with shelves in your pantry, in cabinets, and those kind of things. So that way you are able to have because let's face it, that's really what the issue is there's boundaries that are not set, and then those things will take you off course. And you may have to do some more extreme things in the beginning. It's not going to be forever, but it's all mindset, see? And so, I'm going to be honest, like, and I needed to physically move things out of the way to be successful in the beginning. So I'm just trying to help you out. And, sometimes you have to do whatever it takes. So whatever your kryptonite is, you need to move it away from an area where it's going to cause you harm. And then you will eventually, when you start seeing results, you're not going to want to sacrifice your results, to indulge for a little bit. So that's definitely. And let's talk about one more roadblock that you deal with, that you may have to deal with Monday through Friday. And I mentioned that briefly yesterday, is at your job. So at your job, there's probably some place where these forbidden snacks, well, I don't want to call them forbidden snacks, but you know what I'm talking about, like things that you don't need to add into your day, where you've already planned to, you plan to, you didn't plan to eat. I'm sorry, somebody just sent me a message. It's distracting. But basically, you want to, let's see. Okay. So there's maybe somewhere you have to go at work that they might have some snacks sitting out. So I would highly recommend, maybe you can change when you go to that area, like after you've eaten, maybe like right after lunch, you go there if you have to go there for any reason. And then you won't be as tempted because you're not going to be hungry. And then you get what you got to get and get out of there. And the best thing I found, even now, because if I'm hungry, I'm going to be subject to, and I'm not prepared, I'll be subject to eating stuff that I have no business. So you want to be prepared. Like if you know you're going to a party and you don't know what they're going to have and if it's something that you can eat or not. So there's two things I would do there. I would probably bring something that I can eat to share with others. And then the other thing would be, I would make sure I ate a little bit before I went to the party, so that way I'm not so hungry and I can focus more on visiting with people than visiting all the food, because I know how we love to have lots of food at parties and all of that good stuff. And people really don't notice that what you're not eating. Like you can hold something to drink in your hand, or you can have a plate and you're not really eating from it, and people are not going to really notice. So, you don't have to totally like be strange and, have everyone at the party like, why aren't you eating? Or you don't like my food, or, all that kind of stuff. You can just basically, people are focusing on talking to you and they're probably focusing on their own food. So, that's a way of being prepared. And let's see, another thing is having what you need when you need it. So basically, water, we'll get into this later in the program, but just as an example, water is an essential thing that you need. So you would want to make sure that you have it with you, at all times. Like you may even have a mini water in your purse, or in, somewhere that you can always have what you need. So those are just all ways of, basically, we're taking something that mentally could be a roadblock, like keep you stuck. And we're just we didn't actually change like life. We did not go to a cookout. We did not avoid going somewhere. We did not avoid having things in our home. If we have that scenario where we need to have things for other people. So we are changing how we think about things and how we handle things. So that is some, giving you some suggestions, but it's your answers. It's, you want to cater this for you. And so I'm just here as your coach, helping you through lesson 1. And I encourage you, if you haven't watched it before, I just showed it a few seconds ago, to go back on your own time and take your time and think about some of the things that we talked about and watch lesson 1 again. Now, I want to go over again the resources. So I'm going to skip down to that unit and we're going to take a look at that and how that's set up. and I've made it ultra easy. We watched the getting started portion yesterday. So we said that there is a release challenge workbook, there is a habit tracker, and there's a habit analysis tool. So let me show you those. All right, here we go. All right, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see better. All right, so here is the workbook. You click on that, and it will take you directly to the workbook. And it's really big. Let's make it smaller so you can. All right. And I have the professional version of Acrobat, but you should have some kind of Adobe software where you can easily look at the workbook. They're free. And you can just, like, I'm turning pages right now. I'm using the arrows to the right, to the left. You can up and down it too. But yeah, you have place for your notes. And this was lesson 1, the mindset journal entry. So you can put your journal right there. Everything is really organized. I told you it's going to be great. You're going to print it out, have you not a nice little journal. This is a great value I'm giving you here. And with my coaching, you're going to be successful. So I highly suggest that you take advantage of this. And there's plenty of space for you to write. And then here's your workbook key questions. And I've spent a lot of time and love putting this together to help people. And, this is something you definitely want to take advantage of. And you have place to write all your answers and you print it out. So that's lesson 1. So hopefully you are going to have lesson 1 done tonight, or it's already done. Those of you that are sticking with me here on Facebook, and we will take a look at lesson 2 and 3. Well, lesson 2, we'll take a look at lesson 2 tomorrow. So I told you we're going to keep this short, 30 minutes. And so let me take you again, if this is your first time, I'm going to take you to this link so you can see what it looks like. Okay, and then you'll just put in your information and you just sign up. So it's going to have a pop-up that comes. It might not, because I just had it come a few seconds ago, and I have this designed to not bother you. So you'll see it once, and if you exit out, you won't see it for a while. But you don't need the pop-up, because you can just go right here and fill out your information. And if you filled out any information in other people's things, your information probably will, if you just click on there, your name and information gets in there. And you click on this reserve your free toolkit now, then you'll get a confirmation that your information was received, and your toolkit will come right to your email, and you'll click on that. This is what the email looks like, and it has a line. Let me zoom in so you can see it. See right there, access the release challenge toolkit here. And you'll click on that. And there's that toolkit. And you will have to register on your first time. So that will be something a little different. But once you're registered, and you make sure if you lose your passcode, there's a way to get back in. So don't freak out about that. But for convenience, you might want to write it down or save it on there so you can easily. Now, you're not going to have all this extra stuff here. This is previous kits and things that I offered. You got if you get on my email list, every so often I have wonderful free things that are about getting healthy and having healthy habits. So, I really highly encourage you, if you're really trying to take on healthy habits and change your life, you met somebody that can help you. All right. So this playbook, get into that. And then you go to lesson 1 and all that good stuff. Now, if you're ready, we'll talk about it another day. So, because I'm not going to run over, I'll keep my promises here. All right. If you want to book a strategy session with me, it's free. You can go ahead and do that. The link to do that is right here, and it will take you through all the steps. If you have a question, you can put it here and I can answer it for you. So everything you need is here. I've spent a lot of time and I look forward to hearing from you. You can send me an email. My contact information is on that email. So have a great time. Let's get started. Let's go from stuck to unstoppable. It is your time, and I'm here to help you. Coach Sabrina Mills. All right. Well, I will see you tomorrow. Let me go ahead and make this. All right. So I will see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock. And I hope that you have started your toolkit, and you should have you should have done lesson 1. I think you're going to have to catch up because I'm doing lesson 2 tomorrow and giving you some more information to help you get on track and get down the road to have the life and the health of your dreams. So it has been great, and I'm going to sign off, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.